Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. Decided to take you guys out on a little stroll again today. We've got a palm tree, we have a rice field, we have a man working in the field there, and we also have the remnants of what could be a road in the future or was a road in the past. So yes, we're back. Chelsea news. The early morning upload here on GBFC. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the like button if you do enjoy these videos because it's a busy summer. We have got pre-season starting in less than 3 weeks. Pochettino's first interview. I've now watched it twice. And all I can say is I'm getting more and more excited every single day. In this video, we're going to talk Mason Mount's goodbye video, whatever that was. It's a bit damp in the sky. It might rain on me right now, and it feels quite damp in a very bad way after watching that video, to be honest. It was kind of dull. We're also going to talk about shirt sponsors. Is it a problem that Chelsea haven't yet got themselves a sponsor? Maybe they have, it's just not announced. But as far as I'm concerned, I was in a Phuket shopping mall. Every top Premier League club was selling merchandise, new shirts, new training gear, apart from Chelsea, and everyone's buying it because it's new. So we're missing out right now. We're also going to talk about Lukaku. We're going to talk a little bit about Lautauro Martinez, and that might be it for this video, but we're going to start off by giving my thoughts on the Mason Mount goodbye video. I said I wasn't going to talk about Mount again. Now he's signed for Manchester United. What's the point? You know, we can all say we're disappointed. We can all say we're upset, some of us, or some of us are like, good riddance, get rid of the bloke, he's no good anyway. But I'm not going to argue with those people anymore. There's no need, but the goodbye video, I need to squat for this because, quite frankly, it was a much of a muchness. That's a phrase that my granddad used to say, which, to be fair, means absolutely nothing like the phrase, it is what it is. It's like a filler in the air that means absolutely nothing, but whenever you watch it, you're content with it. But I wasn't even content with this goodbye video because it felt so robotic. It felt mechanical. It looked as though Mount was reading a message from a screen behind him, and the lack of sincerity came across to me. Again, it's just my opinion. It doesn't make Mount a good or a bad person. It's not a personal judgment. It's more of a case of, as a Chelsea fan, right? We want to have people that we feel remind us of the Lampards, the Terrys, the Czechs, the Drogbas, not just in the way that they played and were such an iconic spine in a footballing essence for Chelsea, but you feel as though, especially for me, the love that I've got for Chelsea Football Club was absolutely embodied by these players, and I felt connected to it, and Mount was one of those players. And when you've been at the club for 18, 19 years and you're saying a goodbye to go and move to Manchester United, one of Chelsea's biggest rivals, you just feel as though there could have been a bit more emotion behind it. Yeah, of course, you won the World Cup, the Super Cup, the Champions League, brilliant memories, thanks to fans, thanks to the academy. I watched it over about 3 times just to see if there was anything I was missing in terms of that, like, sincerity dopamine hit that I wanted to see and feel, but it didn't feel like that. So now he's a Manchester United player. I wish him all the best in his personal life. I do believe Mason Mount is a good guy, a nice guy, is proud to be a footballer, has been proud to represent Chelsea, but now you're at Man United, mate. I'm sorry, I just can't. It is what it is. When you play for England, I'll still celebrate when you score a goal, even though when Harry Kane scores, I'm slightly more reserved because I just can't get over the fact that I despise Tottenham Hotspur. But I might grow up one day. I don't know. Maybe I won't grow up. Maybe I don't want to grow up. I want to hate them forever. But it is what it is. Mount's gone. The goodbye video was a much of a muchness, to use a phrase that my granddad would absolutely love to see me using on a camera in the middle of a bloody field. But we move to talk about shirt sponsors because as of right now, Chelsea don't have one, which in my opinion is actually quite a big problem. When it comes to the club trying to develop a brand image, when it comes to the club trying to compete with growing powerhouses like Manchester City, who, by the way, have merchandise everywhere now across Southeast Asia. I live in Bali, they got stuff here. In Thailand, there was Man City everywhere, and yet there's nothing to be seen from Chelsea Football Club. They're selling training kits, training wear from all of the other clubs. Chelsea don't even have a flipping home kit available, let alone a second, third, and training wear, which, by the way, looks fantastic. I love the clothes that Pochettino was wearing in that interview. I want to buy it for myself to sit there on my chair talking about Chelsea in the middle of 40-degree temperatures. But I do want it. It's lovely stuff. But yet, because we've got no sponsor, there is nothing being sold right now, which I think is a problem when it comes to brand image, when it comes to, like, the club having everything in order. We're building a Brazilian academy at Stamford Bridge before figuring out the first team, and also shirts. Like, what are you going to wear when you buy these players? Like, what do you want to wear? You've got to wear this, but sadly you can't yet because it's not ready. Come on, Chelsea, get it done. I saw a couple of leaked images potentially on Jan's Instagram yesterday that Oman Air could well be a sponsor for Chelsea Football Club in the future. Sounds good to me. You know, as someone who used to make travel videos, Chelsea get an airline sponsor, I'd be like, let's make something great together. That's just my personal selfish reason behind it. I've got the expertise. Why not? Sounds cool to me. It's another Middle Eastern country getting their money into the Premier League in a different kind of way. But I just want us to get it done now, to be honest, because I want to buy the clothes. Simple as that. We move into talking about captains here. I feel as though when I'm in a field, it makes me a bit more pensive. Where are my surroundings? And the captaincy at Chelsea, now that Mount has gone, who are the only options available here? I've seen Raheem Sterling, Thiago Silva, Reece James. Other than that, I don't really know where we can go other than those three players. Kepa has also been touted as well. First things first, I'm going to give my thoughts about Kepa and Sterling. Kepa has never really cemented himself as Chelsea's number one. We're talking still about potentially buying a goalkeeper. So even if that is a slight question at the beginning of a transfer window, then he shouldn't be the captain. With Raheem Sterling, after 1 year at the club, yes, he is a leader, perhaps, in terms of what you look at what he's done in his career. Yes, he's a presence in the dressing room. Yes, there's a lot of youngsters playing in similar areas that will look up to him, but he can't really be a Chelsea captain for me. Thiago Silva would be my silver in terms of my list for this one, because if he is captain, it's only for 1 year. And Reece James is Mr. Chelsea now. Reece James is the epitome of everything I love about Chelsea Football Club. And when he's not injured, he is probably the most talented footballer at the club, in my opinion. I think Reece James is phenomenal, and I think he should be the new Chelsea captain, in my opinion. If you give it to Silva, it's only going to be for a year, maybe two, pending some kind of, yeah, I'm good, mate, I want to play till I'm 49 or whatever. I just think Reece James is the captain now. And then if Reece James is injured, which we've seen a few times, then Thiago Silva steps in. And then if Thiago Silva can't play very often because he's too old, then you give it to Kepa as third choice, because that's kind of the merit list at this point, in my opinion. I think Reece James needs to be the Chelsea captain. Hit the like button if you do agree with me. If you disagree, thoughts in the comments down below. But I just think he's got absolutely everything. And I think the captain needs to be someone who's playing regularly, which if he's fit, he absolutely will be. Aspie hasn't been. So in terms of that leadership role, when you're the captain at Cobham, then you're the captain on the field, and that basically creates this atmosphere between the fans, the club, the players that Pochettino was talking about so much in his interview, because everyone relates. And I think Reece James knows what Pochettino is saying. When I see Pochettino's interview, I think Reece James is one of those players who will absolutely grasp and embody everything that Poch is saying from day one. That's my captain, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I'm going to change up the ordering of the stories here because I'm absolutely loving this little bit of sunshine I've got on my bonds right now. Tino Livramento, wanted by Newcastle, sold by Chelsea not too long ago, a couple of years ago, to Southampton. Southampton perilously now in the Championship, so Livramento wants to move. Chelsea have expressed some interest in this one since Newcastle showed their interest. I don't really see the point in this, to be honest. Livramento would probably come in and be loaned out again. And Tino doesn't want any of this. He wants to be an important part of a project. Go to Newcastle, mate. Play in the Champions League. I think Tino Livramento is a great player. Big injury. But I just think at Chelsea, it'll be so hard for him to get back into the swing of things, to compete with Reece James, Malo Gusto, Noni Madueke, Raheem Sterling, these players in further forward positions. Cal's agreeing with me over there, by the way. He loved a bit of that. I just don't think this is what Chelsea are going to be needing right now. Another thing Chelsea don't need is Romelu Lukaku. How is this guy still at Chelsea Football Club? We need to get rid of him now. Inter Milan, I think they understand. Chelsea, when it comes to older players, particularly players that we've spent that much money on like Lukaku, who have left a lingering stench around the club, to put it as nicely as I possibly can. We don't want to be given another loan to a broke club like Inter Milan with an option to buy, knowing damn well next summer they're going to keep coming back with all of these pansy little offers. Chelsea are trying to negotiate with Inter Milan, which is what Romelu Lukaku wants, for a loan with an obligation to buy come the end of this season, upcoming season, beginning of next season. I just don't want Lukaku at the club anymore. I think if we can get a clean sale for him and he agrees to the move, which he doesn't have to because he's still contracted at Chelsea, this is the best for both parties. I just don't see how he's still at the club. Even if he's got no influence, he doesn't turn up to Cobham, he wants Inter Milan, I want Inter Milan. Just get rid of him. I don't want to see him anywhere near a Chelsea training kit again, a Chelsea cap, let alone a flipping walking out the tunnel at Stamford Bridge because we couldn't sort a striker. Go and play with Lautauro Martinez, the final player I'm going to talk about in this video today, because Chelsea have expressed an interest in Lautauro Martinez. We've signed Nicholas Jackson, but we also want to sign an elite high-profile striker this window so that Pochettino has got multiple options to work with. Armando Broja is fit again. He's training again at Cobham after the first day from Poch yesterday. Chelsea want Martinez. I think Martinez would want the move. I just don't think Martinez is that great, if I'm honest. I don't think the adjustment period from Serie A to the Premier League would be easy for him, and I don't think he's going to score the amount of goals that we need him to score. So for me, I want to see Lukaku and Martinez playing together, but I'll just choose not to watch it. But when I look on Google, I want to see Martinez and Lukaku up front together, because I don't want either of them at Chelsea. Good player, but for me, I don't get excited about it. Let me know in the comments down below who's the striker that you want to join our club this summer. Quite enjoy doing these walking, talking videos. I feel like I'm a bit more expressive, a bit more open, and I get to have a look at the weather as well, which weirdly when I was a child I wanted to become a weatherman. So I'm just going to walk you home now. The video's over, by the way, if you're here for Chelsea stuff, but life updates, life is good. We're waiting for internet installation. I got a man coming to do a survey now. I said to him, if you're going to do a survey, why don't you just bring the cable in with you, and if it's all good then you can install it now. It doesn't work like that in Indonesia. You've got to do a survey and then wait 3 to 5 days for the bloke to come back and do it again. I don't know, if it was my business, that's what I would say, because then you've got a happy customer. You just get the job done, really. Is what it is. A few cows in front of me, a couple of kites. The sky is a mixture of cloud and sun, and I'll see you all later for another video. Come on, you Blues.